Hello, welcome back to the breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd, and you are watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I've got a breaking news report coming out from Ukraine, and I've got some very big information out of Ukraine's military today. They have unveiled a brand new weapon that they can now use to safeguard their skies. Take a look at your screen here. Ukraine unveils new AI powered turret for shooting down drones and missiles. Sky Sentinel is a new autonomous air threat countermeasure system developed by Ukrainian engineers in response to massive drone and cruise missile attacks. So take a look at this thing. I got several photos here for you on the screen with this slideshow. And yeah, this is going to be a fully autonomous air defense weapon. Okay, it's got a Browning M2 machine gun attached to it. And from what we understand, this thing will be fully AI powered and will not utilize a human for operation. So this thing will be able to select targets on its own and distinguish between like birds and drones and missiles and things like that to be able to shoot down incoming targets. So pretty crazy news. I want to show you guys more details on this new project today. Let's hop on over here to Military. Sky Sentinel Ukraine to produce anti-aircraft turrets for intercepting drones and cruise missiles. You can see the date here, May 27, 2025. Here's a photo for you guys. Well, this thing looks awesome. Kind of reminds me of the Dragonfire laser, I think is what they call it, out of the UK. Let me know if you think that it reminds you of that. To me, it looks like the Dragonfire laser, but with an M2 Browning machine gun attached to the top of it. So this is what's going to be used to shoot down the incoming drones and missiles, that M2 on the top of it. So it says right here, the fully automated Sky Sentinel turret, controlled by artificial intelligence, has already shot down the first Russian drones and is preparing for serial production. United 24 media reported on this. Ukrainian developers created the autonomous combat module controlled by algorithms to protect Ukrainian cities from Russian strike drones, and it has to do this independently without human intervention. Human intervention, such as a soldier manually aiming the turret, is unnecessary. Deploy Sky Sentinel into combat position, feed it radar data, and it will do the rest. Detect, lock on, track flight paths, calculate the shot, and fire all on its own, the developers shared. Sky Sentinel is equipped with a large caliber M2 Browning machine gun and a system of sensors that allows it to monitor the sky for targets around the clock. So isn't that crazy? I mean, just imagine, in 10 years from now, the amount of technology that's going to be expanding and all these different weapons we're going to be seeing here, whether it be air defense or for attacking, attack or defend, it really doesn't matter. I mean, we're just seeing all kinds of new equipment coming out from Ukraine that is just absolutely mind-blowing and just so innovative, and Ukraine continues doing this. Here's a couple pictures here, full screen for you guys, showing this this new turret system. There's a little side view as well, so very awesome to see this out of Ukraine. They're going to start producing these right now. And it says the developers note that the turret's characteristics allow it to intercept small, fast-moving targets traveling at speeds of 200, 400, and even 800 kilometers per hour. This is enough to shoot down a slow-moving strike drone such as the Shahed 136 or even an object half its size. The Sky Sentinel's stated specifications also theoretically make it possible to intercept subsonic cruise missiles such as the Russian Caliber or KH-101. So that is very true. We've actually shown a video a long time ago, probably like 6 months ago or so, of Ukrainian air defense teams that actually did shoot down an incoming cruise missile that was fired from Russia, and they used a Browning machine gun to shoot it down. Its maximum range remains classified, but the M2 machine gun's effective range against air targets is 1,500 meters. Each turret costs about $150,000 according to developers. 10 to 30 turrets are needed to protect a city effectively. They consider their mass deployment to be cost effective, as one unit is cheaper than a conventional interceptor missile used in traditional air defense systems. So that's huge, guys. I mean, this is going to make it much easier for Ukraine to massively start producing these. And if they only need 10 to 30 to protect one city, that's obviously much cheaper than expensive air defense interceptors, such as like the Patriot system, for example. So it says here, development and technical challenges. Sky Sentinel manufacturers say that every step in the target interception process is a technical challenge in itself. First, the turret must distinguish between a bird and a drone and not target sparrows. Next, it needs to lock onto the target. After that, things get even more complicated. It must calculate the drone's speed, take wind resistance into account, and predict the exact collision point between the bullet and the drone, all in real time. The lead engineers points out one critical issue that few people outside the industry think about. One of the biggest engineering challenges for this type of weapon is what's called backlash mechanical play. Here's another picture of this system here as well, the Sky Sentinel. A little bit more information here, and it says even a slight misalignment of the turret mechanisms by a single millimeter can result in an aiming error of several tens of meters. Such an error makes high precision firing impossible, regardless of how well the rest of the system works. We had to create a system that performs a multitude of movements with zero mechanical backlash, explained one of the engineers, and not just move, but also shoot. This means that it also has to cope with recoil. The Sky Sentinel's mechanics were developed and fully tested in Ukraine at test sites in real combat conditions. One prototype has already been seen combat on the front lines and successfully shot down 4 Shahed drones. So isn't that crazy, guys? They've actually used this thing already on the front lines, taking down 4 Shahed drones fired from the Russians. A couple more pictures here for you guys showing this thing being fired, what looks like at nighttime. Very awesome to see that, guys. A little bit more information. Sky Sentinel uses foreign-made optical devices and rangefinders, critically important systems for which Ukraine has no domestic equivalents. Software written entirely by Ukrainian engineers controls the entire system. The development team is currently focused on increasing production to dozens of units per month. This is also a difficult task. With single prototypes, it is easier to identify and correct mechanical play. In mass production, this is more difficult, but it is absolutely possible, the lead developer says. So it looks like they're on the right track to mass producing this thing and getting some of the kinks worked out. Definitely, controlling recoil is going to be a hard thing to manage with this gun. I mean, this is a very big caliber that the M2 Browning fires. So obviously they're going to have to work that out, but it looks like they're still working on this right now, and it is going to be entering serial production very soon, and Ukraine can start using this to better defend their cities. And, just imagine all these cities we've been talking about for months now just getting hammered by drones. Can you imagine if just this one single system could solve the protection layer over one city inside of Ukraine? This could be huge if this war happens to carry on for years on end. And hopefully that will not be the case. But in the meantime, looks like Ukraine is looking for any solution they can find to solve all these air attacks that happened from the Russians. Okay, so let me know what you think about all these details down below in the comment section. That's going to be it for today's update. If you got something out of this, please smash that like button. Also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless. And we'll see you in the next one.